Have you ever stood in the bathroom, towel in hand, thinking to yourself, this used to be easier? Or maybe you've had one of those moments where you felt unsure just for a second stepping out of the shower or reaching down to pull up a pant leg. It's not that you can't do it. It's that it suddenly feels a little more risky. You're not alone. Aging doesn't mean losing independence, but it does mean we need to get a bit smarter about how we care for ourselves. After 75, the smallest slips can turn into setbacks. But here's the good news. With the right habits, tools, and mindset, you can continue to bathe, dress, and move safely all on your own with confidence. This video is all about helping you do just that. We're going to walk through some simple, real-world tips and strategies that can make your daily routine safer and more comfortable without needing to rely on anyone else. Because independence isn't about being perfect. It's about being prepared. So, let's start with the most important and vulnerable place in your home, the bathroom. Now, I want you to picture your shower or bathtub for a second. Is it one of those that you have to step over? Is the floor ever slippery? Do you find yourself grabbing the wall or holding the breath in the middle and turning around? Let your body settle. The first step is turning your bathroom into a clean. One of the easiest and most powerful changes you can make is installing grab bars. Not the old rusty kind you used to see in hospitals. Today's versions are sleek, sturdy, and blend right into your bathroom decor. One should go just inside the shower or tub, and another just outside it. This way, you've got something to hold on to when stepping in and stepping out, which, let's be honest, is when most falls happen. But don't stop there. A shower chair can be a game changer. You may think, I don't need that yet, but here's the thing. Sitting while you shower isn't a sign of weakness, it's a strategy. It gives you more control, more comfort, and more time to care for yourself without that little voice in the back of your head saying, be careful, be careful. Let's also talk about water temperature. You know how sometimes the water is just a little too hot, and you flinch? That flinch can throw off your balance. Installing an anti-scald device or using a handheld shower head with a temperature control can prevent surprise burns, and again, it's not just safer, it makes the experience feel calmer, more luxurious. Next up, the floor. That fluffy rug might look nice, but if it doesn't have a non-slip bottom, it's a hidden hazard. A non-slip bath mat both inside the shower and outside is a must. And keep towels, lotions, and anything else you need within reach. No more stretching or leaning over. Now, once you're clean and dry, the next challenge begins: getting dressed. It sounds simple, but bending over, pulling garments over your head, or trying to get your arm through that second sleeve can feel like a wrestling match some mornings. Here's where choosing the right clothes makes all the difference. Opt for loose-fitting clothing with wide openings. Think soft fabrics that slide on easily, elastic waistbands instead of zippers or buttons, and shoes that you can step into without bending down. These little choices can save you time, energy, and most importantly, keep you from losing balance. If you've ever found yourself hopping on one leg trying to pull on pants, it's time to try sitting down to dress. Seriously, use a stable chair, something sturdy without wheels, and do it in stages. One leg at a time. There's no rush. Give yourself permission to take your time. You're not being slow, you're being smart. And if buttons and zippers are becoming more frustrating than helpful, look into clothing design specifically with seniors in mind. There are beautiful lines of clothing with magnetic closures, Velcro fasteners, and side entry styles that look just as stylish but work with you, not against you. Let's not forget shoes. Shoes are your foundation, literally. Choose shoes with non-slip soles, a wide base, and good ankle support. Avoid walking around the house in just socks or slippers that slide. Even if you're just going from the bedroom to the kitchen, that's all it takes for a fall. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I can handle the dressing, and I'll look into those bars for the bathroom. But what about just moving around the house? That's a big one, because sometimes the scariest part of aging isn't falling, it's the fear of falling. And that fear, it can hold you back more than anything else. But before we get into how to move with more confidence and ease through your home, up the stairs, across the lawn, let's take a breath. You've already taken the first step just by watching this video. You're showing up for yourself. You're saying, my independence matters. And that's powerful. Let's keep going. Because there's so much more you can do to keep that freedom, that dignity, and that feeling of, yes, I've got this. Wonderful, let's keep the momentum going. You're doing great just by being here and taking in this guidance. That alone puts you ahead. Now let's keep building on what we started. So you've made your bathroom safer. And you've got a dressing routine that works with your body instead of against it. The next big step is learning how to move around your home and beyond in a way that's safe, confident, and smooth. Because when you move with control, you feel more in control. And that's not just about avoiding falls. It's about reclaiming that quiet confidence you may have forgotten you had. Let's start with something as simple as walking from your bedroom to the kitchen. Sounds easy, right? But think about it. How often do you glance down and notice a corner of a rug sticking up? A shoe out of place? A pet napping right in your path? Those tiny things that used to be nothing can become big risks when your balance isn't what it once was. This is why creating a clear path environment is key. You're not redecorating, you're redesigning for freedom. Walk through your home and really look at your usual routes. Where do you go first thing in the morning? What's your path to the bathroom in the dark? Are there cords, baskets, low stools, or magazine stacks in the way? These are what I call trip traps. Yes, lighting matters more than you might think. Even during the day, darker corners can throw off your depth perception. Add a few plug-in night lights or motion sensor lamps. It's a small change, but it makes a big difference when your eyes are adjusting or your balance feels a little off. Now here's something that might surprise you. How you rise from a chair or a bed plays a huge role in preventing dizziness and falls. We often forget that movement doesn't just start with our feet, it starts with intention. The next time you stand up, pause for just a moment. Take a breath. Place both feet flat on the floor. Use the arms of the chair if you need to. Count to 2 before walking. This tiny habit helps your body adjust, especially your blood pressure and balance. It's like telling your body, hey, we're about to move, get ready. And speaking of walking, let's talk about walking aids. I know. No one wants to feel like they need a cane or walker. But let's shift the mindset here. These aren't signs of weakness, they're tools of independence. Think of it this way. A painter uses a brush, a writer uses a pen, and a wise person uses what keeps them steady. If a cane allows you to go to the mailbox without worry, or a walker lets you browse the grocery store longer without fatigue, that's not giving in. That's taking charge. Of course, choosing the right support matters. Not all canes or walkers are made equal. The best one for you is the one that feels like an extension of your body. Light but sturdy, comfortable grip, rubber tips or wheels that match your flooring. If you're unsure, talk to a physical therapist or even your pharmacist. Many will guide you to the right fit, and trust me, once you find it, it's like gaining a new superpower. Now let's move outside the house for a moment. Maybe it's going to the garden or just down the street to say hello to a neighbor. These little outings matter. They keep the body moving and the mind bright. But uneven pavement, curbs, or even wet leaves can turn a nice stroll into a hazard zone if we're not paying attention. That's why wearing proper shoes, remember the ones we talked about earlier, and moving with intention becomes even more important outdoors. Here's a simple trick I like to call scan and step. Before you move, scan the path with your eyes. Look ahead for bumps, cracks, or slippery spots. Then take your step. Don't rush. There's no prize for speed. The reward is making it there safely and enjoying the moment. And if you ever feel unsure about leaving the house alone, consider what I call a confidence companion. It might be a walking buddy, a neighbor who checks in, or even a medical alert device if you're going farther out. Independence doesn't mean isolation, it means having the tools and people that make you feel safe while you're doing your own thing. Now, I know all of this might feel like a lot. Grab bars, mats, routines, walking aids. You might be thinking, do I really need to change all this just to live normally? But here's the truth, this isn't about giving up who you are. It's about protecting the parts of you that matter most. Your freedom, your energy, your ability to get up in the morning, wash your face, get dressed, and go about your day with confidence instead of caution. You deserve to feel steady when you move. You deserve to feel safe in your own space. And you absolutely deserve to keep doing things on your own terms. All we're doing is giving you the best possible chance to do exactly that. And if there's one thing I want you to hold on to, it's this. Every little adjustment you make now is a gift to your future self. You're not just protecting your body, you're preserving your independence, your rhythm, your spirit. That is something worth investing in. Let's keep this journey going. There's more to explore, more small wins to uncover, and more ways to make sure you're not just aging, you're aging boldly, safely, and beautifully. Absolutely. Let's carry this momentum forward. You've come this far, and that already says so much about your strength and commitment to living well. So let's bring it all together. You've already done some powerful work by thinking about how you bathe, how you get dressed, and how you move safely around your home and neighborhood. These may seem like small tasks on the surface, but in truth, they're the foundation of your daily independence. And keeping that independence strong, that's where confidence, peace of mind, and a deep sense of personal freedom really grow. Now let's go just a little deeper into some final pieces that can make a world of difference. Let's talk routines. You see, as we age, our bodies tend to respond better to consistency. That doesn't mean your day has to be boring or repetitive. It just means that your muscles, your joints, and even your balance all benefit from having a rhythm they can rely on. For example, waking up and stretching the same way each morning, or always getting dressed in the same order, sitting first, socks first, then pants, then shirt helps reduce the chance of overreaching, losing balance, or rushing. It takes the guesswork out of movement. And don't underestimate how empowering a morning routine station can be. It could be as simple as setting a basket next to your bed with everything you need for the start of your day. Non-slip socks, a water bottle, your glasses, maybe even a pill organizer. That way, your day starts with calm instead of a scramble. Now, let's look at one of the most overlooked tools for safety and independence, your mindset. It's easy, as we get older, to start telling ourselves quiet little stories like, I'm getting too old for this, or maybe I should just stop doing that. And while being realistic and cautious is wise, letting fear be the boss of your day isn't. Tell yourself out loud, if you want, I've got this. I'm in control. It may sound simple, but that internal belief changes the way your body responds. You stand taller. You move more smoothly. You focus more clearly. And speaking of being in control, let's revisit your environment for a moment. We already talked about clearing walkways and adding lights. But have you considered the height of everyday objects? Reaching for something high in a cabinet or stooping too low to grab something off the floor can easily throw off your balance. Try adjusting things so your most used items are between waist and chest level. That includes toiletries, clothes, dishes, anything you need often. Also, if you live in a home with stairs, be kind to your knees and your focus. Install a second handrail if possible. Take your time. Movement is vital, but so is recovery. If you find yourself more tired than usual, or if you feel stiff and achy in the mornings, don't be too quick to write it off as just aging. Your body is talking to you. Listen to it. Gentle movement, like stretching or light chair exercises, can keep your joints happier. And hydration? It's your unsung hero. Even a small amount of dehydration can throw off your balance and energy. Now, for one last bit of encouragement, I want to remind you of something truly powerful. Everything we've talked about, from installing a grab bar to rethinking how you reach for a coat, is not about losing anything. It's about protecting everything you've earned. Your freedom, your ability to live on your terms, to shower, dress, walk, and move with dignity and grace. There is so much life still waiting for you, and it wants you strong, safe, and confident. So whether you're living alone, with a partner, or in a multi-generational home, these small steps add up. They're your insurance policy for independence. They're how you keep doing the things you love for as long as you want to. And here's the part one hope you carry with you long after this video ends. Aging well isn't about doing everything the way you used to. It's about doing what matters with wisdom, courage, and a touch of cleverness. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. And there's still so much joy, laughter, and beauty waiting around every corner. If any part of this video helped you feel more confident, more hopeful, or simply more prepared, I hope you'll leave a comment and let us know. Your story matters, and someone else might just find strength in your words. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content designed to help you stay strong, safe, and independent. Here's to living your best life, not just after 75, but at every age. Because you've earned it. And you've absolutely got this.